Over the last few days, our life in the Cataclysm has changed drastically. With the gate system, our reach has extended dramatically, and we have grown strong enough to test ourselves against the truly monstrous likes of dissolute devourers, and come through victorious. Now we set our sights on a new city on the horizon, and fresh locations from which to gather resources and power. We seek books for new knowledge and spells, tools to create weapons and armor, and hope to find an elusive anvil, or at least the means by which we can create one. With the smithy up and running, we could thrust ourselves into crafting and enchanting a lethal offense and impregnable defense. Welcome back to Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. My journey as Vellum, aspiring archmage of the apocalypse. Today we are going to be heading back to our furthest southern location here, and we're going to take just kind of a little bit of a look around. One thing that I have considered being a very good option is starting to check libraries and bookstores, and there is a very large library and a hunting supply store and a bookstore and then another bookstore kind of all down around here. And it also gets us into the next city here, Groveland, which again has a bunch of extra stuff that we've never even touched. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to head back down, use our gateway to head back down to the Groveland Wizard Tower, which puts us here. Our first destination beyond this is probably going to be this bookstore here. This was the location of our grand battle against this horde. Absolutely destroyed them. We are going to check, just for like travel rations, we're going to check some of the nearby houses for food super fast. I don't really see anything of value, but I do see some zombies. We're going to take them out because they're near our gate. So we want to make sure we don't have to worry about these things next time we like come back from this gate. There's a lot of materials here. And one of the things that I'd also like to find is a train track. And the reason for that is that if we look at our recipes here, we could make a crude anvil with a 1/2 meter length of railroad track. And that would, since we've been not having any luck finding a anvil in the world, that would actually help us quite a bit. Oh, geez. Literally came around the corner on that guy, huh? The anvil would help us get a anvil made before we actually find one, because we've not been having any luck finding one. And what the fuck is that? Thorny Shambler. Okay. So I think it just, yeah, it shot a dart into us and we feel poison enter our body. We're going to actually step up to it and take it down and then deal with our situation. We need to press down on our wounds, get the torso to stop bleeding. There we go. See where we are after that. We are pretty low on bandages, actually. That's a plastic golem. Guess he got free. We're going to put away our spear, pull out mana bolts, shoot a mana bolt straight into him, and then a second one, and we should be able to finish him off with magic missiles now. Whew. 3 magic missiles and a mana bolt takes him out. We burned a good portion of our mana, but I think that was a worthwhile expenditure. We'll go ahead and kind of, well, I was going to say quickly enter this place quietly, but that zombie dog had a different idea in mind. Copper wire. Ooh, a lot of copper wire. And some bricks. If those weren't so heavy, those would be useful, because I actually do want some bricks right now. The idea be, ooh, here we go. A lot of food. Okay. And we actually have some raw food that isn't bad. Yeah, cooking oil as well. It might not be edible right now, but this salt and cooking oil will be useful for us in the long run. Is there any edible food right now? Just some yogurt. I'll eat the yogurt right away, actually, because I'm pretty sure we're kind of low on calories. Okay, that should be all the food that we need for the moment. We are going to just go ahead and head out, and let's go ahead and mark a path now, and we will start slowly making our way that direction. It's pretty foggy, right? That's what's causing this? Yeah. We're going to use our Night Eyes ability to combat the fog a little bit. There's a shocker zombie there. Runner zombie. We can take them out as we go. Kind of clear up the path a little bit. Yeah, I do think I agree with this. We're going to go ahead and head south here. We're seeing a lot of spent casings around here. It looks like there's some sort of fight here. and the very, very decayed remains of a body, so fight could have been a long time ago, to be honest. Oh, hey, blueberry bush. We do want to try and pick as many of these bushes as possible. I am actually thinking that there's a possibility that we plant some of this stuff around our base so that in future springs and summers, we actually have some fruit and veggies available to us, some fresh fruit and veggies. Ooh, this person back here had a sort of workshop. We can go ahead and phase our way into here and check out to see if they have any tools we care about. They had a brazing rod. I don't know what a brazing rod is. It's for brazing steel. That doesn't actually mean anything to me, unfortunately. We'll take the sandpaper, though, and then just head back out a normal way. There's a building in construction here. Sometimes we can find some interesting tools. Looks like a reciprocating saw and a hedge trimmer, cordless drill. Unfortunately, we don't have the power to run some of these. The saw would be pretty nice, but I don't think we can carry it, and we won't have the power to run it either. If we can find a battery-powered one of these, that would actually be pretty nice. There's a nail gun there. Is this, yeah, cordless drill. Okay. The cordless one has a battery. Is it these wires? It's mostly these wires. Now that we are making a bit of longer trips, we might consider a better backpack. We'll go ahead and mark this. Yeah, power tools. We might consider a better backpack, a bigger backpack, one that's not good for combat, but good for these long looting trips that we do. Our assault backpack this entire time, the primary reason that we liked it so much was because we were kind of constantly on the move. And now that we are making these kind of longer excursions, we're running into, for the first time since we started this, this teleportation excursion thing, we're running into our limit with our backpack. We're just not strong enough to carry much more right now. So the next time we see some sort of large backpack, like a hiking backpack, we're definitely going to be taking it. I might try to find a safe location down here somewhere to put down a new gate. Oh, that was a fresh zombie. Interesting. That means that someone down here just recently managed to die. It's honestly kind of interesting. We're going to go ahead and wind strike here because that is a lot of zombies. Send out another wind strike, just down the field. Knocked down several of the zombies, making them a lot easier to take out, and weakened them pretty heavily. Oh boy, that is quite a few zombies there. Send a wind strike down, crashing into the window, shattering the window, but also damaging all of these zombies. And unfortunately, we're already out of mana. We're pretty strong these days. Our skill with the spear is starting to become truly something else. With the fact that we can weaken so many of them, we just took out that small horde with almost no issues. We got hit by a rock there, but that's the only hits that they even managed to get off on us. We're going to go ahead and send out a few magic missiles over to this feral human because he is going to try and throw rocks at us like that. What a bloodbath. We have become something strong. At the same time, though, I don't want to get overconfident. Okay, let's go ahead and head a little bit south here. We're trying to head to this library after all. Hopefully it's in one piece. Feral human down. He did throw a rock at us, but it actually just bounced off. Oh, it looks like this library is destroyed. Holy crap. Okay. We can search this very quickly, though. Go ahead and... Actually, there is a decent amount of books here that we would care about. I don't think we care too much about mechanics. Yeah. Well, we can take the cookbooks as well. Just kind of scanning through the titles here very, very quickly. Unfortunately, it looks like that's all there is there. That was not really the kind of find that I expected to have. We need to find another location nearby here it's our next location that we want to find. Looks like there's another bookstore to the south. What we're hoping is it still foggy? It is. What we're hoping is that we can find some extra books that some mages have left around. The world in the old... Ooh, a farm. The world in the old days always had magic in it. The only problem is that eventually people stopped caring about the magic because... Oh, that was unclean water? Well, that's unfortunate. It means we don't actually have any water on us then. This trowel has some digging quality. So does this shovel. The shovel is probably better than my entrenching tool that we had, which we accidentally left on us. Actually, it's not. The entrenching tool is just good. Did we also leave our pickaxe on us? No. Okay. Looking around, we have a candy shop, hunting supply, a dump, a bank. This city center will be probably, we can find a good place to put down a portal and be safe for 8 hours. Then this city center is going to be pretty good for us. There's a lot of things that we can hit here. Ideally, we can still make our new spear. Okay, looks like the fog is cleared. We're gonna stop concentrating to let our focus recover. Chainmail managed to block a hit from that tough zombie. Chainmail is doing absolute work for us. It is amazing, actually. I'm sorry, what just happened? Why is it full bright all of a sudden? Oh, I think that's why. There's a crazed survivalist grasping a sharp-bladed weapon. This feral prepper has an athletic physique, a sign that they were trained extensively before turning feral. In addition to remembering how to use a flashlight, their survival instincts seem to kick in when crucially harmed, causing them to act in self-preservation, unlike most zombies. Okay, so what are our options here? We have a house behind us, a few paces behind us. I didn't mean to move. We're not aware of what else is around us, and this guy here, realistically, the only other thing that's fast around us is this feral is a high concern. He has a bladed weapon, and this dog is a high concern. So we're gonna start running, take a step back, hit a few swings. The dog's down. We want to get away from this guy. He started running, and then as soon as he started running, I managed to cut him down, tripping over the fence in the process, and his flashlight turned off. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet, though. We are going to phase through this door and see if we can get away through the building. Just head out another way. We can hear all of those zombies attacking that building to the south of us, attracted to where they last saw us. If we had enough mana, we would go down there and deal with that, but as it stands, we probably just want to get away from this as quickly as possible now. Let's move to the south. We need to remember that some of these dangers are actually still quite threatening to us. One-on-one, we have incredibly good odds against pretty much any of these zombies. We're completely overloaded. We have room for absolutely nothing at this point. But if they get surrounded like us, like that, or we get a feral survivalist to light us up with a freaking flashlight, like, it becomes a different matter almost instantaneously. How are our wounds doing, by the way? Torso needs a new bandage. It's like this bookstore is just one block to the south now. We do spot a shrieker in the distance, in that playground. I'm gonna just try and go through the wall. No, I can't. Okay, there's things in the way. I don't want to keep trying because there's probably bookcases on the other side of this wall. So we'll try and find a door or a window. This place does seem in better condition, though. Yeah, much better condition. Okay. Ooh, that's a book we need. Historic Warfare for the Bronze Age. This will have a recipe in it that will teach us how to fabricate bronze. We actually had one of these books before, and we had to leave it behind. Okay. So this is a pretty important book for us. In fact, there seems to be a lot of books here. But this also doesn't seem like a good place to try and rest. And it also doesn't seem like a good place to try and sit for 8 hours in order to create a gate. There is a bank nearby, though. What we could do is head out the back here. And let's head to this bank. Oh, that thorny shambler just saw me. Okay. We're going to change our tactic here. I want to get to the bank without going through that thorny shambler. It's difficult to avoid. Head through this house real quick, clear out the zombies within, and we're going to go out this window, and that puts us right up next to the bank. Take a moment to catch our breath, and then we're going to clear this place very quickly. Make sure there's nothing dangerous inside here. That door's locked, so that's okay. Seems like we're pretty much good. We could just phase into the bank vault, correctly? Correct? No, we can't. Can we go through the wall? No. Bank vault might be... Considering we reach out, touch the wall several times here, trying to phase through, but it seems like it's not an option. So the vault itself might be very, very thick. What I think we're going to do then is this back area here is pretty secluded. There's no windows nearby. And there's no exterior facing doors. So I think we're going to use this as our place to create a gate. And that's going to take a hot minute. So we're going to eat some of the handfuls of berries and strawberries that we have so that we don't feel awful at the end of this. But if we do this, then we should have a good place to come back to. We'll go ahead and... Actually, we're going to make the gate first to make sure that something bad doesn't happen. As we're making the gate, we did have our powers lead to another insight. Bending light leads to deflecting it, and you should deflect harmful light and radiation away from yourself, if we can figure out the proper technique. We're going to ignore that, though, because we've already invested several hours into attuning to this area, meditating on this area. We do see some light leaking in from the door and staircase off to our west there, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. And we also heard something walk by outside, but they couldn't smell us through the walls or anything like that, so they weren't able to track us down. And we put down a gate, so this is mid-Groveland. There we go. We will go ahead and head back to the tower, and we're going to make sure that all of our... We see a what now? A Cerosaurus zombie. Where is it? How far away is that? Oh, it's on the other side of this building. Okay. Whew. I was about to say, if it was near our building, our tower, there's a chance that it could actually break its way into our tower. We would not want that. But we're going to take a moment. We're going to get fed. We're going to get rested. And we will head back to properly explore that town. Okay, we are fed. And while we are here, I'm going to update you guys on how I've changed the base a little bit. We did actually manage to find a pickaxe recently, so we experimented with taking out some of this rock wall here, and with the rock that we found, both by breaking the large rocks to pickaxe, we did manage to make a rock forge, and then we also used Summon Boulder. We used Summon Boulder here in order to pull up a smooth, flat boulder from the ground, which gives us a tiny bit of the anvil quality, but not enough to actually do anything significant with it. We still can't make a steel spear because we need an anvil quality of 3 or more. And the crude anvil and bronze anvil both require things that we don't have. So like the bronze anvil is going to be a big deal for us because if we can learn how to make bronze, then it kind of opens up a lot of opportunities. So we're going to immediately cast gates, and we're going to be heading back to the Groveland Bank and to this bookstore. Pull out our spear, make sure that we're always ready for a fight, and let's head back into this bookstore. We know what the inside of it looks like now. So we know where we can phase in, take advantage of our abilities whenever possible. And we're going to start collecting books. There is so many books for us here. So many books. Beginner's Guide to Magic. Ooh, is there a spell in there that we actually don't know about? Hold on, let's activate our Atomic Light real quick and take a look at this Beginner's Guide. Phase Door. That's right. We've had this book before, and we actually didn't learn Phase Door because it just kind of does the exact same thing as the ability that we already have. We're going to definitely take this Arms and Armor of Imperial China there. So many books on these shelves. Arcano Hiking for Fun. So I was correct that these libraries are going to have a lot of potential for spellbooks. Just spellbooks that people have sold to bookstores and just not cared about. Because again, the world has had magic in it for a long time, but technology had kind of made magic obsolete whenever you could just perform these tasks that magic could do, but without a college degree worth of learning. And unfortunately, well, you know, technology has kind of obviously failed in the land because, well, electricity's gone and it would be hard to replace. So, in my humble opinion, magic wins out in the end. And all of these books that people thought were useless because they take a great scholarly mind, like myself, to learn the magic are suddenly quite good. I am also going to very quickly read this hiking. So it gives us the ability to traverse the wilds, blend in with the wilds, and urge them to speed your passage. This is a druid spell. Trees bend out of the way, bushes do not hinder you, and even grass subtly moves your feet along. The spell cannot be cast near civilization and will fade if your travels take you out of the wilds. I don't know if that's going to be worth learning. We'll take the spellbook because it'll be an addition to our stuff, but considering the fact of where we are, and the fact that the spell automatically fails whenever we're near wilds, I don't think that's going to be all that useful. We're gonna put a gate symbol down super fast so that we don't forget where our gate was. I did just spot that there is another museum here. There's also a bookstore on the way. These museums and bookstores are... Oh man, there's so much movement in that park right there. A what? A sproglodyte. This crouching child mutant's face is dominated by a pair of huge black eyes, and its fingertips end in sharp claws. And that zombie soldier can see me from there. Oh, crap, because I still have my atomic light on. Yep, we're gonna move because they had a bead on me. And we want to get away now. Ooh, that was probably a mistake of overconfidence. We need to remember that this, even though we can handle basic zombies now, it is still the Cataclysm. There is a feral dwarf heading our way. We're going to go ahead and magic missile him from a distance because he's the only one who could see us. And it seems like these might be freshly reanimated zombies because all of them were pretty damaged already. And there's a Dissolute Devourer. We don't have to fight it, so we're not going to. But there is a Shrieker up ahead. I think I am going to take care of that Shrieker. We're going to put away our spear, pull out a magic bolt, a mana bolt, smash into it for a huge amount of damage, and take it down before it manages to shriek. The explosion sound from the mana bolt probably wasn't that much better than it shrieking. I didn't want to risk it. Okay. Inside the library now. Overcoming gravity. What? Oh, it's a book about gymnastics. Okay. I was about to say, it got me interested. Molding and casting? We are starting to actively learn about, like, blacksmithing and stuff like that, so it'd be pretty good to grab. We'll grab that longsword training manual. If we ever pick up a sword and we ever get interested in swords, it might teach us some training techniques. Oh man, outside of that though, this one might be a bust. Another beginner's guide to magic. Useful, but beneath us, unfortunately. Some reading lights, reading glasses. Nothing really upstairs to speak of. Just seems to be some sort of coffee shop. Because I want to practice it more, we are going to phase through the ground here. If I understand how to do this correctly. Yes, there we go. We phase through the ground to the first floor. Okay. I think we're getting a handle on that now. Let's head to this museum next. The fog is really getting with us again. We're going to use our night eyes to try and expand our vision. We want to always make sure we have more vision than... We stop dead. Feel the chill go down our spine. That is a monster. A headless horror. This headless zombie is swollen to frightening proportions. Towering almost 9 feet tall, 6-foot-long feelers of black ooze blindly wave from its neck, violently twitching at nearby sounds. Its long stride allows it to quickly pursue its targets, which it pummels into a pulp with huge, swollen fists. Oh boy! Let's find out. If we're running, it's only slightly slower than us while we're running. Can it see where we are right now? No. But based on its design, I imagine this thing is quite capable of hearing instead. We're gonna move slightly. Okay. It is tracking our movements. What do we do? What do we do? How long does it take the gate? Not that long, but long enough to be a problem. So we are going to use our extended stride to start being able to move faster. It is moving straight for us. Okay. We need to find a place to hide now. We can run east back into the bookshop, but those are glass windows. I don't even think it's trying to slow it down. We could run east and then try and get up the stairs. We don't have enough stamina to run very far, though. So we're going to start running. And yeah, it was heading exactly for where we were. We can see pretty far right here. We're going to catch our breath until we can see it again. We don't see it. We're going to end our concentration real quick and only have our night eyes going so that we don't burn our focus. There it is again. Does it hear us? Just stay perfectly quiet. We make no sound as long as we don't walk on grass, but even touching the grass makes sound. There's a part of me that wants to see if we can take this thing down. It is a monster that is trying to claim the apocalypse from us. And this is not their apocalypse anymore. This is my apocalypse. This is where we live. How much mana do we have? Over 1,000. We could get several mana bolts out. We could also get an ethereal grasp out. Let's do it. We're going to put out an ethereal grasp. Can we not target the ground with this? Looks like we actually have to, despite it being an AoE that targets the ground, it has to target a hostile, which you can see in the valid targets there. That is a bit of a unfortunate thing there. Maybe we start with a wind strike then. We hit the headless horror for 37 damage, and we hear a powerful whoosh come off from it. And we did, in fact, down it. Okay, let's pull out a mana bolt, and we lose concentration. It climbs to its feet. We do set off an explosive noise with that mana bolt, smashing a bolt into it though. Oh, okay, it doesn't seem to be regenerating. It's terrifyingly powerful, but does not seem to be regenerating. We hit it again for another mana bolt. We hear another explosion go off. We'll lose our concentration, and another. It is weak now. I worry about continuing. We're going to cast Odor Strength on ourselves, I think. How long does it take? 2 seconds. No, we're not. Take down a zombie. Is it going to be approaching? We need to use the silence, the stealth. To our advantage. Doesn't seem to be able to, despite how good its hearing is, it doesn't seem to be able to get a bead on us. We're going to take off our spear again. Mana bolts, smash into it. I think it's being attracted by the explosive sound of the mana bolts hitting it, the mana bolts exploding into its muscular form, but not being able to figure out where it's coming from. Another mana bolt. It is incredibly weak now, but we're also out of mana. We may need to go in for the kill. That is a terrifying prospect. It is so weak, though. Smash some corpses. See if we can attract it over. I was right. It seems like it's being attracted because it relies entirely on hearing. It's being attracted to the place where the mana bolt hits. We could... You know what we're going to do? We're going to pull out a wand of fireballs, which I have forgotten to favorite, and activate it and fireball him. Smashes into him. It's causing a massive explosion against all of the nearby zombies. In fact, setting one of the zombies on fire. Do it again. And it goes down. Oh, okay. Pull out our spear, and we're definitely going to crush the crap out of that thing. Is this zombie still on fire? It is not. Okay. Oh, that cost us most of our resources. But it proves that we have gotten very strong. Headless horror corpse. Oh, that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing indeed. That renewed confidence, I think we are going to head on towards the museum and find out if this museum is less ridiculous than the last museum we found. In the last museum, these humans seem to have been keeping replicas of things. Ocular zombie. What the hell is that? Another strange, twisted beast. An otherwise regular zombie's head is absolutely filled with brim with eyes. It just seems to have very good vision. Well, you'll be able to see your demise then, I suppose. Wasn't even a challenge. Not compared to what we just took down. These normal zombies really don't feel like threat compared to what we're capable of doing. Well, that's a pupating zombie crawler. I don't actually want to mess with that. We're going to take a moment to catch our breath, and we're going to avoid that because it's just every time I hear the word flesh raptor, I feel a chill go up my spine. That zombie actually managed to get a hit off on us, and it didn't even matter. It smashed into our armor with no effect. And I was trying to move down this hallway, and this brown chicken actually just ran into my spear there. Well, I guess I'm just gonna take a moment super fast and yeah, let's just like very quickly butcher this. Take a scrap of meat, turn our light back off. Looks like there's no other entrances into the museum. Not something that surprises me. If we remember based off of, you know, these humans, they kind of like to make buildings the same every time. So if anywhere we can teleport in, exactly, it's going to be back here in the back corner. Okay. So we have a cult, a Gallia helmet, bone fossil, wooden shovel, a cutlass, some more chainmail. We're going to actually take a look at this cutlass. Looks like it's made out of budget steel. The chainmail is 2 bronze greaves. We could probably pull those apart for bronze, which we're going to want. So we'll take the bronze greaves. Let's see, a stone spear, pointy stick, locked door, but doors don't really mean much to us anymore. Stone axe head, billets, katana. Looks like the katana is another replica. What is wrong with these people? Flute, stone adze. This is all Stone Age stuff. We need something beyond Stone Age. What about this long sword? Classic medieval sword. Feels like the pommel could snap off. Another fake. Ooh, a mace. It's made out of wood and aluminum. It is, in fact, a cheaply made replica. Wooden shed stick, stone axe, and, what? Elephant armor and elephant barding. I remember hearing stories about a great general that existed way back in ancient history who used elephants to attack neighboring nations. Something I would probably do. Some more bronze greaves. We'll go ahead and break this glass here. The armored gauntlets, yeah, they're much too much encumbrance. Chainmail coif. Hold on. How much encumbrance is that? Oh, ow. Yeah, okay. That 37 head encumbrance. That is not great. Lorica segmenta, though. It's arms and torso. Overlapping strips of armor. We're going to pick this up real quick, and we're going to compare the Lorica with the chainmail. Because, okay, so the Lorica covers more of the arms and torso, or less of the torso, actually, and more of the arms. No, okay, I just can't read. It covers less of the arms, less of the torso, and doesn't cover the legs. But it also has less encumbrance on our arms. Okay, what about its armor? It is generally across the board better at armor, but it's worse at bashing, which is important because zombies generally do bashing. So I think that's, considering it's so close to being, I mean, it's a real piece of Lorica segmenta. It's made out of cast iron and everything. But because it's so close to being the same, we're going to go ahead and keep what we already have. Some more steel leg guards. That's, I think, what we're wearing right now. We are. What about this? Armor boots, steel leg guards, Gallia, armor boots, armor gauntlets. No weapons. No real weapons. That is still highly disappointing. It's so hard for me to believe that these places are in such terrible shape for what they should be. These museums should be collections of history, not collections of replicas showing what history was kind of just looked like. Perhaps it's an educational museum, and I'm giving these people too much credit. We did see that there's military surplus and 2 gun stores, a library, pawn shop. This local area here is actually going to be very good for us to gather things. So we're going to take a moment to check these areas out. See if there's anything here we can get that would be useful. These gun stores will have a chance of having lead in them, which we previously had been ignoring, but now that we know that we can use lead with our fault minting chant. There's a zombie hunter out there. It hasn't seen us yet, but that glass door is not going to stop it. I accidentally went into the veterinarian clinic. instead of military surplus. There we go. It's like some sort of tent. It's a tent. Interesting. Looks like this is another military surplus that got completely looted. Tactical gloves? What are those like? Very encumbering. We would slow down our spellcasting much too much. Just kind of cut through this construction site here, and we're going to head over to those gun stores while the night is still young. Perhaps someone sold a spear or a sword to the pawn shop as well. Ooh, I see tools. Angle grinder. A welding cart. A mounted workshop. Interesting. I wonder if we would be capable of... Oh, wow. Lots of nuts and bolts. We're actually going to take those. But I wonder if we'd be capable of taking a cart or a vehicle with us through the gates. Okay, let's see. So we have a sledgehammer, broadsword. Looks like it's fake. Horse. Arming sword. Looks like it's fake. That tablet PC we'll grab here in a moment. Let's see. Chainsaw. No thank you. Armored boots. Arm guards. Now, it looks like it's a full set of medieval armor, actually. Is that coverage on the arms? Yeah. Steel leg guards. Yeah, there's a full set of plate mail over here. And a great helm. I mean, that's pretty cool, but not super useful. It's so disappointing that every single weapon we have found has been fake. Where was that e-ink tablet? We'll grab another one of these, and we will... Actually, we'll grab the one that's full. Has a full battery. We'll do the same thing that we had done before falling into the river, and start filling that up. It's very tempting to take this full set. The junk ornamental parts are made out of junk steel, budget steel, but the rest of it, the armored boots, gauntlets, arm guards, and leg guards, are all made out of actual steel. What's currently on my arms? Just the chainmail hauberk. That would probably be much too much encumbrance, though, if I were to put that on. Let's actually just try real quick. So we're going to wear these and look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we are officially encumbered on our arms if we wear both. We would have to refit the plate mail itself, which would be very, very hard to refit. And we would need some budget steel and leather to refit it. But, I mean, 50 encumbrance on legs, arms, and torso doesn't seem worth it. What about the helm? 20, 30, and 59? Yeah, we'll go ahead and take off the steel arm guards. Actually, we'll wear them for now because honestly, we'll probably hold on to them. It'd be nice if I could get a suit of chainmail that doesn't have the arms, because these steel arm guards are a little bit better, a lot better for our arms than the chainmail hauberk is. I mean, we could technically wear both. What does this cause problems with? It causes a little bit problems with balance, manipulation, stamina cost. Yeah, arms is pretty bad, it looks like. Having our arms being over encumbered is pretty bad. Out of curiosity, oh, we don't have enough mana to cast it right now. Oh, and because of our arms being impeded, it's actually bringing up the cost of our spells, right? As well. Yeah. Okay, so our arms being impeded is actually very, very bad for us. We're going to wear it now for just the moment, though, because we want to take it with us. It would also be nice to have an acoustic guitar. The only reason being that's... Honestly, I think we'll wait out for a violin. Acoustic guitars just... They give me a vibe that I'm... Even in the apocalypse, it feels cheap. Oh, move into the back room here through the void. Looks like just a bunch of cameras and such. Nothing terribly interesting. We're mostly out of mana anyway, so our ability to cast being currently impeded doesn't really affect us. Apparently there was a brown chicken down there that just kind of burst up whenever we came around the corner. A lot of construction materials here. About 1,000 freaking nails. Holy crap. I think we still are very, very good at nails, though. Oh man, I wish I could just like take all of these construction materials with us. That'd be nice. We're gonna search for an anvil super fast. Doesn't look like there is one, so in the lack of an anvil, we'll just kind of take a look around, see if we find anything interesting. Unfortunately, that place was pretty much useless, and it looks like this gun store may not have fared much better. As soon as we open the door, immediately a lashing zombie. Do we have enough for a wind strike? No, but it's only because we're impeded. Does it see us yet? doesn't. Okay, so we have time to put away our spear and hit it with a magic missile or two. And as soon as it gets close, finish it off. Okay, looks like a mess of things happened here. Gunshots everywhere, rifles. We don't really need any of this stuff. We're looking to see if they have a gun construction area. So if they, ooh, what is that backpack? It's another assault pack. Okay, and another assault pack. It looks like there may have been a person who died there. There's some copper though. Okay, we're gonna come over here. Take this guy down. 200 copper. That is something we need. Okay, what can we drop? What can we drop? We don't really need the Arcano hiking. You know what? We'll probably just drop the... No, we need the bronze. We literally need the bronze. After survival guide, we don't need the book about long swords. We don't really need the book about dodgeball. Okay, can we pick up any of this now? We'll pick up the generous guy. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to put away our spear, and we'll just pick up the book into our hands, and we'll gate back. We do really need to be on the lookout for a better backpack, though. This was a good haul, though. This was a very good haul. We have... With what we have now, it might actually be possible for us to attempt to make a bronze anvil. So the only thing we would need is we would need the charcoal to get the forge going. Go ahead and drop this book here. We'll need the charcoal to get the forge going, but if we come up here, we have started construction on some charcoal-related things. We have some smoking racks up here for once we actually get some food as a natural possibility. But if we look, we can look at charcoal. We could make a, charcoal kiln. That's what we would need. So if we, honestly, we could just make one of these right now. We have a digging tool. We have enough rocks. Go ahead and kind of just pile the stuff that we just got into a pile. We'll sort it later because we need the room right now to get our entrenching tool back out. And we needed 8 more rocks. So we'll go ahead and grab from our pile here. And we'll go ahead and make our charcoal kiln right away. The idea being that we have like 4 racks along the way here. We'll make the charcoal kiln at the very end here. We need to activate our light so we can construct. But with the charcoal kiln going, we should be able to create charcoal and put it into our charcoal forge. And with that and the book on how to make bronze, how do I fill this with wood? Let's see. Doesn't seem to be... Do I just drop the wood in? Okay, it is. It is just drop it in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to move these planks into there. Can we move more into there? That's wood as well, right? Wooden posts and wooden panels. Just move as much of that into there as possible. Okay, it's full now. Now I just need a fire source. Well, we can do this. Summon a fire spark and then fire the kiln. Okay. It'll finish burning in 24 hours. Okay, so in 24 hours, we should have a... Well, that's concerning that I can apparently put a small fire in water. We'll keep an eye on that for a moment. I didn't expect the... You know what? We're even going to haul everything away from that fire real quick. That's really concerning that that's a thing that magic can do, is that the fire was able to literally light the water on fire, at least... temporarily. We'll wait here a minute or two. Make sure that fire actually goes out. Okay, it did. Good, good. But once we have charcoal from this, and it'll be done in 24 hours, we'll be able to fill the racks here with charcoal. And we can at least grab the charcoal that we brought up here earlier. This is just kind of like our spare charcoal. And we can load this, with charcoal. There we go. We'll load it with all of the charcoal. And let's read... the Bronze Age book and the Imperial China book. And can we make bronze now? Chunk of bronze. Hell yes. Okay. How much can we make? Only 4 chunks of bronze? We'll just pour ale on the ground for now. And we'll mop this up later. How long does this take? Not that long. So how much bronze do we have now? 4 chunks of bronze. Okay. How much does it take to make an anvil? Bronze anvil? 90 chunks of bronze. Okay. Well, it's a start. It's literally a start. We'll put these chunks of bronze in with our other materials. Grab our mop real quick. Where did that mop go? Just clean up that stuff that we... Clean up the Pilsner that we dropped on the ground there. But Oh my gosh, this just feels... It feels so much like progress to be able to actually have bronze now. Can we take apart the bronze greaves that we came back with? Where are they? We could cut them up. Did that turn into any bronze? Really? Not a single bit of bronze. Interesting. What do we actually need for the bronze? Chunk of bronze. We need aluminum, aluminum foil, copper. Okay. So it's 50 copper per. Interesting. So we need a lot more copper, and then we need aluminum, which we can get aluminum and aluminum foil from all sorts of places. Just all over we can get that. But we should be able to just start gathering that kind of stuff. We're going to go ahead and put this meat and eat it real quick. Wow. This has been some of the most progress it's felt like since, man, it feels like it's been weeks since we've made progress like this. We are finally actually another step closer to being able to make a steel spear. And then once we get the steel spear, we'll be able to, where is it? There we go. We'll be able to start enchanting our spear. And we can make a steel spear with a +1 and a +2. And once we get this steel spear +2, it's going to do 36 piercing damage, which is incredible compared to the fact that we already feel incredibly strong with a 26 piercing damage knife spear. This haphazardly made thing that we just keep repairing with enchantment magic feels incredibly strong, let alone... We need to make sure and take these off. Let alone are we going to actually feel so much stronger when we actually have a real enchanted weapon. We will be an unstoppable force. But that's where I'll have to end for today. This has been Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, and I have been Areima. If you are looking forward to more, please subscribe. If you enjoyed, leave a like or comment, and I hope to catch you next time. Goodbye.